10th of February 2023, Saturday morning. Just woke up early to take the dog out, and I am trying to sit for a moment and feel what it is I'm supposed to do today. Sometimes you have so much on your plate in your home life and things going on around you that it distracts you from what you're supposed to be doing. And I know this. I am just trying to listen and figure that out. I said I was going to get up and take the dog out, and maybe I'll go for a walk or with the dog, or go to the YMCA and work out. And, I keep telling myself I'm going to do these things, but then something just stops me because there's so much I feel like I need to say or write down. And I feel like I'm trying to connect with people who could help me through some, what I feel are like epiphanic messages that I should be getting guidance on, or just have people hear me. So I have no clue if I'm just making a random video that's never going to get seen, and it's just kind of video journal logging from myself, which is what I do often when I feel I need to. I know I'm like an in-depth writer that a lot of people don't understand. It might sound like I'm going in circles, but I'm very freestyle of a speaker, and I do like to public speak when people are willing to listen to me. Sometimes I don't know the direction it's going to go in or what it is I really am expected to get my point across with. I do struggle with that, with my ADD a little bit, and I feel strongly misinterpreted at times that I am just talking about something I know nothing about. But I do feel this spiritual awakening happening as a lot of things are sort of crashing around me, and I'm not looking for attention even, or whatever it may perceive like to some other people around me. They keep asking, why aren't you, getting a job? I've always been a worker all my life, a hard worker. I'm a designer at heart, and very spiritual, awakened person, just trying to find my way. So I'm trying to be patient and sort of listen to my inner instincts of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm filling out applications left and right online. I certainly have a lot of skills. It was very recent that something happened at my job that I was not expecting. I believed everything was going well, and just a series of events, it didn't feel safe, so I didn't continue from there. I just sort of realized, hey, this is, something's happening and I need to make a change. So I couldn't even do anything different about it. I have children to take care of and other responsibilities that, say I should just keep working and make that paycheck, but it's so little in the first place, and I know I deserve so much more. So what do? Sometimes you don't know where the money's going to come from to help support you at all, and I am scared at this point, but deep down I feel like it's going to be okay. I feel like I needed this time to go in deep and figure out what else I can do, and that's sort of where I'm at. I'm not going to say I'm lost. I'm feeling like I'm at a point where I needed this time to step back, and I feel like I'm mentally fine. I'm handling well. I paid as many bills as I could ahead. I have some credit cards I've been relying on here and there, trying to be very careful financially, but it will run out at some point soon. So I feel the pressure to step up and do something. I feel like there's information I need to discuss to help others, even if it sounds ridiculous. I can sort of see things that are happening that might scare people if I were to talk about the truth. But I think that there's something very serious going on, and I don't know why it's happening to me, or maybe it's happening to others. But if I don't express and talk about it openly, I feel like I'm not going to find the right people who maybe can relate and give me some guidance on what they think I should do next. Will people want to hear this? Is this something too outrageous for people to understand or cope with? I'm trying to be very careful and sensitive about that. I'm very alert, very aware, very understanding to everyone's lifestyles being different and, whatever they choose. And I'm very non-biased about that. But for me, I feel like I have a lot to say. And I'm scared to be open about it in fear that it'll come off the wrong way. I'm not looking for attention. I'm not looking for money, making scam or anything. I do need money. I am trying to figure out a way to use what skills I have or what I feel like I'm called on to do to ask for assistance. I basically lost my job in the past couple of weeks, not to anything I did on my own. I just felt unsafe. The same amount of time I felt like I was being targeted and followed. I don't think I'm paranoid. I have counseling, therapy. I've gone over with them all these crazy, major, weird events happening. My dog got sick. He's fine now. My vehicle was acting up. Now it's better now. Mysteriously, my keys don't work to it, so I always have to use it manually. It's just one thing after another. My bank accounts, my credit cards are being hacked. It's left and right. I've been filling out applications like crazy, and I have tons of skills, but it's like I'm not able to get through on the internet or the emails aren't getting through, or I have to keep resetting my passwords. And even though I just did it, I have to do it again. And our electronics are funky, and it's like the apps aren't right, and something isn't right. There's got to be something I don't know is happening, but you feel it, or maybe others are dealing with it too, and we just are so good at pushing through and not seeing the obvious or wanting to see the obvious. I did an application for a tax center near my home, and I even spoke to them on the phone, and one of my family members even works for them. And I called and I said, I can't find where I can apply online. Can I just bring my resume in? And of course I had to spend some time to redirect my resume and update it and make it fit a little better, or take things out that didn't really resonate with it. And I was just going to drop it off. And they said, no, we'll talk you through it. So I'm on my computer at home. They're telling me exactly what screen to go to. And she's describing to me the location where to go ahead and apply. And none of it matched at all what she was trying to say. So I just said, it's okay. I'll just, I'll try a different website or a different way to do this. Or can I come down with my resume in hand? Nobody does paper applications anymore, so there's not much they can do with it. But she said maybe you could drop it off. But the point is, I just kind of gave up then, because I tried everything. And I don't understand, unless I want to work. I've always worked all my life. I'm a hard worker. I'm a good worker. I don't mind working. I've gone to other locations to try to locally to put in a application, resume, a few leads, but then for some reason the person, won't get back to me. I'll email them. They'll say, oh yeah, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Nothing happens. Is it me? What am I doing wrong? I need a job to be able to support my family. But then again, if I get a job, well, maybe this is something higher up happening that's making sure I don't take some random job, because then, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise. I've been home to work on cleaning up my house. I started packing away things that we don't need. In the same past few weeks that all this has gone down and I've been looking for work, my landlord gives us a letter out of the blue that says that we have, a 60-day eviction. Well, not eviction, but she's not renewing our lease. So the housing market is crazy out there. I've tried looking for other homes, and it's, even too much for me and my boyfriend with our children to make enough to pay that kind of money for a new rental, and nobody wants to go through all that move. I just feel like it's unnecessary. We could be purchasing the home we live in, but now I don't have work. I actually don't even know if I still have the job or I don't. I just sort of walked off and said it's not safe here and I'm not coming back until I figure this out. And I just haven't been paid since. I can't get into my Workday app to put in for sick time or sick leave to put it on record. Now I can't reach any of the higher ups to discuss further. I was there for over a year and I opted out of the insurance plan because it would have cost me more to go off of the insurance that I have already, and I wouldn't have been able to afford that insurance. It wouldn't have been worth it for me. And all of a sudden, it's been 2 weeks that I haven't been at the job and not hearing a word from any advisors. Can't get through to any of the emails they've guided me to discuss with. I tried making phone calls. Nobody will give me an actual phone number. The union paperwork that I had signed up for months ago never got pushed through. I guess the director didn't sign it who needed to. All of a sudden I'm getting mail with insurance paperwork stating what my health insurance policy states. And I never even signed up or signed for any of that. I'm just looking at it like, what the hell is going on here? I'm about to lose my home that I rent, and I can't even get a new rental because you need to fill out an application. You need to get a hold of these real estate agents, and they need to show you the houses. And I went and looked at some, and basically every time I called this particular real estate agent that is like monopolizing the whole area will never get back to me, won't get back to my emails. I've called the offices to discuss with them to get a different real estate agent to come out and work with me. By the time he did, the houses that were available that I could have afforded were gone. And, I can't accept a little 2-bedroom on a second floor that doesn't even have a living room for $1,300 a month. That's insane. I don't even have work right now, technically. I guess I could go back to that company. But are we about to be homeless? I feel deep down, no, there's no way. But I've got to get creative with how I discuss things and put this out there because I don't know how people are going to take it. I just want to log what it is I am going through. I'm literally laying on my couch in my living room early morning, just kind of contemplating what I can do and logging like some of the things randomly that just spit through my mind. I need advice. I'm a advocate of people, good people, and this shouldn't be happening. But where do I go? What do I do? Now, do I get a lawyer? Who do I trust? Who do I go to? Where does the money come from? I'm being depleted. I have zero money in my bank account. I'm using credit cards. I'm waiting on my income tax to come in to help me pay off those credit cards, and that was supposed to be money to put down on a down payment for the house that we're living in now to purchase. But I didn't make enough money income-wise to pay $150,000 on my own. I couldn't get my boyfriend to finish his taxes so that we could get this loan together. Like, I can't get anything done by myself. I was only qualified up to $100,000 maybe with the job that I had because I make such little money that the banks won't approve for anything. And where are you going to find a house that's $100,000 right now? I mean, I'm basically gridlocked and trapped. And the more I worked, I was doing great. But the more things started happening that were taking up my time, and it was like no matter how hard I tried and was doing well, something else came crashing down on me that wasn't really my responsibility or was being pushed off onto me. I mean, I was doing work for, my company where my scope of practice is only this much, and I was trying to work forward to get into a better position to get paid more so I can get paid more and have a higher income so that I can get a house. I need a home for my kids. I mean, they knew this. I'm a hard worker. I was there on time. I was doing what I needed to, what I was expected to. But anytime there was any kind of issue that even had nothing to do with me and my department, I was getting looked at for being the blame of it for some reason, and it had nothing to do with that. Like, that was the supervisor's job or whatever, directors. I feel like I don't want to say I'm a victim of anything, because I don't truly feel that, because I won't allow it. I'm not a victim to anyone. But was I set up, gang stalked? What the hell just happened? I was fine. What kind of threat did I pull for anybody? What did I do to make anyone feel a certain kind of way? I have some natural gifts and talents that people wouldn't understand. I'm a very spiritual person. If I've ever said or done anything that made someone feel uncomfortable or threatened in any way, no matter how high up in the company, whatever, it has nothing to do with me. I might just be discussing something in general throughout the day and hear a conversation and start discussing something that just comes to my mind in a positive way, and no harm intended. And they might feel like, wow, who is this girl? What does she know? Does she work with the government? Like, I get that all the time. Why do people think that I work for the government or I'm some sort of secret spy? And then all of a sudden they get paranoia sets in. And why would they be paranoid and want to push me out all this? Is there something they're doing that they shouldn't be? Or are they second guessing themselves because I make them feel insecure? Who am I? I'm the one making, $16 an hour. It's petty money. So why would anybody who makes a lot more than me be worried in any way? I don't understand it. I know I'm worth more and I can do more, but I don't have a degree. But everybody always questions, how are you not finding work? When you're so talented in different things. I have a lot of short certifications and a little bit of this and a little bit of that of previous work history and understanding. I can almost do any job. I could be a secretary. I could be a landscape laborer. I could be a designer. I took CAD in high school, tech school, and I know I draw and sketch, and I can do CAD work, but I've never had the opportunity to really get hired with a job and actually use those skills that I had and my creativity at the level that I deserve. Not even entry level, because I didn't have an associate's or a bachelor's degree. Well, how do you get an associate's or bachelor's degree all the way when you can't afford to go to school and you don't have any support at home to help you in the meantime to be able to focus on that? So I have tried everything. I've gone as far as I could. I have like 28 credits in college. It's just not enough. Everybody keeps telling me that the senator or the some sort of representative has changed things where you don't have to have a degree in order to apply. So what I'm doing is trying to apply for anything and everything I could figure out, even government jobs, if that's the case. Everybody thinks that I might be some sort of undercover thing. That's not what I'm trying to go for. But I wouldn't mind getting into law and legal stuff and working from there what I can use my skills with. So here I am just trying to figure it out. What's next? And I have amazing ideas that I want to present publicly, but I don't want them to be just stolen or taken from me. I actually want to be part of it. And it would be great if I could get the funding or the backing to discuss that without prejudice and have it protected, and maybe get a venture capitalist to hear me and guide me and help me create something that would be really awesome and help a lot of people too.